Hi, and thanks for joining. This is the second video of the series, What is Analysis for Excel? In this video, we're going to take a look at the basic selectors and the basics of Excel. We basically have an Excel file with a table that I just inputted. The whole file is basically called a workbook, and here you see sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can basically rename them to uh, anything you want, like in this case products, and these are basically called worksheets. Later on for the tutorial and anywhere else you're going to look this terminology, this is going to be important. Each worksheet is basically you can basically put whatever you want. Let's say that you basically have a worksheet that we have products, then another one that you have customers and other information. So that way you don't have to put everything in one sheet and have it be unmanageable. This is something that could be quite useful. Now we're going to look at the cells we're going to go at the cell level. In Excel, just about everything is on a grid. You see the numbers here for columns A, B, C, and they go all the way down to, well, XFD. It's quite far down line. And in Excel 2007 and later, you basically have a really large upper limit. In this case, is 104. Yeah, 1,048,576. In Excel 2003, it was limited to somewhere around 64,000. This is quite good when you have huge amounts of data sets. Like suppose you look at the history of all the transactions for your store, or if you have like 10 sales representatives and you have a list of all their actions, these go by quite quickly. So the old limit of 65,000, it's a good thing that it got increased. So now let's look at each cell. Like, let's say that you're on this one. You select this cell. This or this cell, the 4. This would be considered a cell D3. And you can always check by looking at the name range here, and it'll tell you exactly where you are or what you selected. Like, let's say that you select an entire table. This will basically, you'll basically get, once you click on it, you'll basically get here saying what you have, 8 rows, 4 columns, and this is basically going to be useful when you're going to get into more advanced stuff like macros and the rest. Now I'm going to show you basically how to easily navigate from cell to cell. You can either use a mouse, which is quite easy, but let's say that you have a row that's like 65,000, or you just want to get to the next blank cell. All you have to do is just go on any cell you want and push Control and the arrow key. Like in this case, arrow down, it basically goes until the last filled cell, and just before it encounters the first empty one. Go right, same thing. Go on top, the exact same thing. Now another thing that you can do is basically select all the things that you want. You basically, to select things, you have to hold Shift, and then you can just push arrow and it'll basically increase the selection by what you want. Uh, you can't select just let's say a square of AB 1 and 2 and just leave out the B2. You have to select everything in a square range. And to basically, if you want to select everything, you can basically combine Control Shift and just go down and go there, uh, down and right. And then you can basically do whatever you want with this. You can basically copy it, either by going to the mouse, selecting copy, or basically just doing Control C. It'll do the same thing. Once you selected it, you can basically go to another cell, and you can paste it quite easily with just by pressing Control V or Control Z to undo it. And if you're until you're comfortable with the commands, you can basically also right click and do what you need. In this case, paste. There's space special that we're gonna see a little bit later on. It does a little bit more into more detailed manipulations. That's going to be useful when we're going to see formulas, which is going to come up pretty soon. So, and once you select everything, you can just delete it. But once you delete it and you have cell formatted in a specific way, they'll still keep their formatting. It's just content that's going to be erased. So if you want to erase everything that's in a column or in a row, uh, the thing that you would do is just highlight the letter, not the cells, flat out the letters. This will select everything in the column. And here you can basically just go here and delete. And it deletes everything from the first row to the last row in the sheet, and it brings everything back to the left. So that's basically it for introduction to selectors.